right? So we are living like we're in the past, but this is the modern age. So let's try to get Montserrat to be modernized. I want to speak also about not just the misfocused, miseducated, and misinformed agenda and misdirected agenda of this government, leading to very grave mistakes for the future of the people of Montserrat. Not only going to talk about that, I'm going to talk about Montserrat at this juncture, whether it's them or this side or a mix of people in Montserrat elected. Montserrat needs a mandate to look after the Montserrat people and Montserrat. This has nothing to do with what your position is on your side or even my side. And I'm a Montserratian, and I'm free to travel and go and come as I please in Montserrat and talk as I like. And I'm talking for the people of Montserrat. And everybody know I grew up with my grandfather, well, mostly my grandmother, Martha Hogan, who was a white woman, and my grandfather, who I visit a lot, was a black man like me. So I do not have any race thing in me. I have humanity alone in me. So next week, we didn't tell the people next week, we're also going to be talking about doing consultations on economics and governance in Montserrat with overseas foreign and Commonwealth office team, talking about the clear direction and renewed aims for the UK's relationship with the overseas territories. I'm just setting the context of in which we are having these discussions. So when we are talking, we know that there are other things going on. And when you're taking responsibility for where we are or where we're going to be, you have to take account of the fact there are other elephants in the room. Now, there's also the fact that in the context of everything, that the Premier has done a good job of representing whatever agenda the MAP party represents. I don't call them the C, just the MAP, I know what that means. The Premier has done a good job, and they believe that this is how Montserrat should operate and run. They believe that we should lie down and let the British do what they can do and take credit for it. They believe that we are going to be somehow made prosperous by being led by others who are not in ownership of our country. They believe that it's okay to surrender all power for people to do and appoint 4 or 5 or 6 commissioners of police without saying a word. They believe that the Public Accounts Committee should shut up and be told by letter that you cannot interview people who are spending monies from this August House approved. I don't believe that. I don't have a problem if you want to believe that. I don't have a problem if you want to stand by and think that this is fine so long as you get a piece of food. I don't have a problem with that. Or a $12,000 or $16,000 or $20,000 a month salary. I have a problem with no private sector being involved or engaged in our budget process. I have a problem with the absence of a reliance on the Sustainable Development Plan, although in the estimates, all of the departments of government have cited that they are seeking to achieve either SDP goals or Sustainable Development Goals, SDG goals. So our public servants, they're happy. The British public servants who are working here, they're also happy. All of them are happy because you know why? They have a great government who is leading all our people into poverty and not even taking cognizance that 37% of the people in a British overseas territory are in poverty. Let that sink in for a while. 37%, and you don't want to make any noise about that. These are the figures verified by, and we have a great statistician, chief statistician. She has given you all the figures, but you guys are not guided by anything to do with the people of Montserrat. Honourable members, I'm telling you, I have no problems if you think, and I believe that there are a lot of people who think like you in Montserrat. They think that the British government should be allowed to take over the island and we can run it better than we can run it for ourselves. And I'm telling you, that is a mistake. The British have never developed one other country in the world other than England. Not one other country. The Dutch left seawalls in Guyana. The United States people extend everything to their territories, including Social Security. Tell me about any one country in the world after 400 years of slavery or empire that they have a legacy of great development by the British. And we are supposed to keep quiet, continue and keep normal, while we allow the governance of this country to fall into the hands of our other brothers and sisters by virtue of a signature on a piece of paper. When my grandfather and grandmother worked here, died here, enslaved here, and I own this country, you expect me not to die for it too? No, I will not be led. I will lead and I will talk. I will not be manipulated like an Irish middle master. This is what the Irish used to be here. My name is Hogan, is not even my real name. I inherited that name from a plantation where an Irishman was pushing around my grandfather and my great-grandfather. And who do you think he was doing it for? The same British aristocracy people who run FCDO. They're the same people now orchestrating the retaking of the old realms of the empire. And I don't have any problem against the British. I'm very British. I love to be in England a lot. But let me tell you, there's no reason because we are black or we are from an island or that they think we don't have enough, that we cannot assert our independence in the same kingdom in which our forefathers have invested their life and livelihoods. There's no reason why we cannot be equal and call shots for our country with them at our table. We don't have a problem with them being at our table. But I have a problem when you come in here to tell me that the medicine they're giving me, which is poisoning me, and making me feel sick and bad, that I must accept it and just stay quiet. I know that is that spirit in Montserrat, but it's not in me. So let me speak how I speak. Now, you're talking about, when this government was elected, I think I actually voted for, should I say what I voted for? All right, no. But I don't vote for nobody. I know certain people come in a neighborhood, by my neighborhood, and I vote for them. Anyway, let's not go there. You say don't go there. But let me tell you why I believed that administration over there, with a certain premier, why I believe that it could have been a success. I saw a man whom I thought, if he put his head in the sand, like another man I knew, that he will force the right technicians and the right people and our own public servants to deliver the goods for the people of Montserrat. I saw that. I respected that the battle could go either way. I had a belief that. But what has happened? The whole party, the whole administration has become enveloped in a great wisdom about everything in Montserrat, and everything about democracy, and everything about economy, and everything about ferry, and how everything is supposed to run. Now, they are saying they're doing this and they're doing that, and we have no clue where they're getting the advice from, who they're consulting with. Are they consulting with experts? They become experts by themselves. So the whole thing has gone awry because they have gotten so bright. Let me tell you, Madam Speaker, what we had for the budget. I'll tell you what you do. I want to be short. Next time you're having a budget like this is how the government ministers are going to come here. What we should do as a pre-budget exercise is to invite the permanent secretaries and the directors and let them tell us what they've been doing. Because all the ministers have come to tell us is how they're running up and down behind tillers. They haven't told us about one policy for the future of Montserrat. But they're going from a vision which they didn't write, because the vision that they're implementing is the SDP vision, because they have not published a vision yet. And a manifesto is not a vision. It's their wish list. And there's no SDP that I know approve other than the one that they have succeeded. So I don't know what vision, but what they're doing is consistent with that vision, which was a good thing, because the SDP is the vision of all the people, which they participated in canvassing and bringing to paper and pass in this house. The only thing that I was campaigning for on that SDP is that we should legislate it and let the British have to stick to it, which they refuse to do, because they don't want to commit to giving us the financing for the development that they know we want. Now, look at the meeting I mentioned to you that is coming up to 29th with the FCDO official coming over here. In that meeting, everything in that table is in the SDP table that we have. When the roadmen invited me, I told them, please put our SDP as part of the working documents, because everything that they have coming with as part of the future for the overseas territories is in their paper and in our paper. I don't know if they copied our paper. I more believe they copied our paper more than we copied their paper. But I don't have a problem. They come in with an agenda. And we did not have one. And nor does all of the OTs have one. So they're going to come to see how they can feel us out and mitigate and consolidate their control, not just of Montserrat, that's why Montserrat must also fight, of all the overseas territories. This is a document, the Honorable Premier of Montserrat, his signature is on it. He agreed to it already. So what you are killing yourself here debating about is not even debatable. It's already agreed that they are consolidating how to run this territory, and they're coming to tell us how it's going to go. And it's already going how they say it's going to go. Problem is, no resistance. No resistance in our own country. It doesn't matter that if they win me, they win me. But I'm going down with the fight. If they win me, they win me. Now, let's look at why I believe that our agenda is the right agenda. To fight for our rights and our control, and to subject any authority outside of Montserrat, governor included, to the rule of law in Montserrat. Our constitution, our laws, they must obey them just like how they want us to obey them. Okay? All of us will be equal. And the reason why I know that this mission is correct, I look, for example, at Great Britain and the United Kingdom. And you might not think there's a difference. But Great Britain is a kingdom comprising England, Scotland, and Wales. And the United Kingdom is a second kingdom comprising all of those countries plus Northern Ireland. So there are two kingdoms that make up the United Kingdom. And inside that kingdom, there's at least two countries, maybe all of them, but there are at least two who vehemently, every day, every week, if you listen to the news, Scotland say, we want independence. They want to get out. Or they want more autonomy within the kingdom. They don't want to be controlled by Westminster with the Englishmen from England. It's separate countries they are. So there's no reason why Montserrat cannot stand as a Montserrat-owned country by its own people. And this speech I'm making here, I have people listening for this speech, because I'm not even making this speech for the government side, the administration. I'm making this speech so people will know that there are people in Montserrat who want Montserrat for Montserratians. I want my public servants to be able to wish, even if they don't want to, advise me about the running of my country. I don't want them to advise somebody else to advise me. I want them to feel the pride of owning Montserrat. That's what I want them to feel. I don't want to be in a country run like we're on universal credit. And that is what we are doing, and don't understand that the credit we are getting is not free. This port you come to talk about is not free. This hospital you're talking about is not free. Everything they're going to develop is going to be paid for by our people of Montserrat. When you give that company down there free land on Piper's Pond, they're making a saving. We're going to pay back for that money that they credit to themselves that we did not collect as rent. Okay? Or we must get some benefit for it. Everybody wants to come and in Montserrat and get to places very quickly, make a lot of money and move on. And the people of Montserrat are going around, like one politician told me, like a rotating village colony. They're keeping us like a colony until now they want to make us a territory. So when you report to me properly. Report to me that you're showing resistance. Report to me that this is what they say, but this is what you think, but this is what we're doing. Don't come tell me that I must take it foot, hand, and baggage. Whatever you tell me that this is how it go and you're going to be vexed with me for pushing back at you. I'm not even about you. I'm just pushing back. Whoever is behind you, they're going to fall on for us anyway. Fall back on them. But don't come to tell me what to do and what not to do. I shall be celebrated in Montserrat, not tolerated. Let me now look at some of the things celebrated, not tolerated. Let me look at some of the things that your ministers have said very briefly before I